Welcome everyone to another open source update here, or actually, wait a second, just when you want to mute your phone. Tiny little fail. Yeah, the fun adventures of trying to get sponsored for open source work. And I opened here this Patreon, which already, actually, it's a wrong URL. Some people, some amazing people started to support. That is amazing. But for full-time open source work, that is, of course, not really enough. And a little bit more would be nice. And I had some fun questionnaire 2 weeks ago, and like, yeah, apparently most people want OnlyFans anyway. OnlyFans. And I thought this new GitHub stuff, GitHub sponsors, I've not the greatest hopes of getting too much. This is a fun thing of big corporations like GitHub and or Microsoft getting into open source sponsorship, or probably making money off the services, probably collecting some 30% or so. But so it's a week ago or so, 1 or 2 weeks ago, I tried to configure this, like, yeah, it wants to go to Stripe and stuff. It's like, yeah, anyway, you need to request and wait for approval, and yeah, wanting to get, yeah, the challenges, the adventures of trying to get sponsored for open source, and yeah, I need to get approved and stuff. Fine, got somehow approved beta stuff, and then the crazy stuff starts. And this, by the way, applies to all the big tech: Apple, PayPal, Patreon, and Amazon, and all the fun stuff. They always pretend to be so amazing and super big and whatnot, and supporting the community and so on. But each time crazy shit happens. So you see, I have in the meantime here 3 accounts. So first of all, how many payment services are enough, right? You have PayPal, you have some wallets, Google Pay and whatnot. But then you want to collect some $1 or $2 with GitHub sponsors. It's like, yeah, good luck, register for Stripe, thank you very much. It's like, yeah, soon I really have each and everyone, like, aka according to this question here, and Paul anyway, OnlyFans, right? Soon you really have each payment processor, because for each bloody website, what is next? Apple takes something over and you need Apple freaking Pay. But the complexity, right? In the meantime, I spent like over 2 hours just, I could have done something nice, but no, I just wasted my time clicking through Web 2 nonsense. Because the next thing is, I would not even have made this video if it's just applying for approval and maybe hoping someone, I'm not even like, hey, maybe in a month we have $5 or something. It's like, honestly, it feels a little bit like a hobo, homeless, asking for some dollar at some corner store, begging for open source donations. It's like, yeah, really not an amazing, like, hey, have you shared and like and subscribe and stuff on these YouTube channels. The crazy thing is, I mean, if all of this would not have been crazy enough, but I can't even, I mean, first of all, this is bloody Stripe account, which I can even show you. I mean, not that this stuff would here be too top secret. You also need to get verified on, so you need a legal full name. Of course, you need to text this, right? It's not like you would text evade like Donald Orange Trump or something. So full legal name, as I will not like running everything through the company to keep things easy and not like additionally declaring other private income. Also, that probably could save a little bit, 25% or something. But anyway, running through all this through the company for tax reasons and stuff, and paying the fair share here. And then needing to get verified, right? Because verification, it starts already here with this verification. They want your company data. And yes, some details, yeah, all the numbers you could Google anyway. But you need to update here like company registration or last financial papers. Like, yeah, I'm not uploading, I'm not sharing my my last turnover statement stuff with Swipe. Are you freaking kidding me? So you have like 5 or so options of company registration, this and that. So, and then you need to confirm, you need to upload a document. I've chosen the company registration because certainly not giving them even too much more stuff. You need to freaking confirm in some bloody file upload thing that the freaking document is in color, but of course my company registration is in freaking black and white, right? So please confirm, like, there are 2 check marks. I forgot what the first was, but the second is the bloody document is in color. It's like, why do we even freaking care? So, I mean, obviously it's not in color. I clicked, it's in color, although it's black and white. I can't make the stuff up. But the crazy stuff happens then, and that is actually the point of this video, all the stupidity. So first of all, if you made a mistake, you can't undo it. They have your payments, transfers, active Stripe Connect account. You can only have 1 active account at a time you need. So if you need to change information on Stripe that cannot be modified, it's like, yeah. So you can create a new account. It's like big tech, amazing. Why did I had to create a new account? Because it's so simple. They now want tax information. So before, I fully understand they want, filling this stuff out for an hour or 2 and fighting all this web nonsense of, hey, I confirm it's a color document, although it's black and white. I understand they need tax, well, they need American tax information, US tax information. I would understand if I earned like $10 or like $100, then before I would actually not mind if maybe I accumulate like $50 or $100, and then eventually, when it's even freaking worth it, fill out the stuff. But I can't even try to collect the first $1 or $2 or 10 or 100 before filling the tax information, tax form. Fair enough. I filled out the bloody form for Apple, for Google, for AdSense, for Amazon, for Kodak, for, yeah, I've seen this freaking document also. Networking and web stuff in 2021 for each, not like there would be some centralized US, also it's so amazing, right? For us European or rest of the world, we need to fill out US IRS documents because amazing double taxation agreement stuff, which actually double taxation avoids double taxation. But yeah, so what is the problem with this document? I started, yeah, this is public knowledge, but yeah, whatever. You see, I started to fill this out already. I mean, yeah, data, it's also focus. So what is the problem with this document? A naive person would try out to fill out the stuff, which I actually did. I filled this out and I was, somehow this looks different than last month on Amazon. WHBE something, what is somehow, and why does my company need a birth date? And then it's like, certificate of foreign status of beneficial owner for United States tax withholding and reporting individuals. I can't. Web stuff, I can't select it. So individuals, so that is the issue, right? So this is the wrong freaking form. I'm filling this out as a company and not like an individual. And the tax is also, yeah, if you are in a country, but this is not a legal advice, but with this double taxation and actually double tax avoidance, because if you can prove you pay tax like here, like in Germany or Ireland or wherever, probably Australia and UK and stuff, then you are somewhat exempt from other additional taxes in the US. So yes, that is the wrong freaking form. So thank you very much for wasting an hour or 2, and I can't even freaking change this bloody freaking effing form, right? Similar to Louis Rossmann stuff. So yeah, before I earned even a single dollar or 10 or 100, and I can't manually change another tax form here, right? It's just like complete the freaking tax form. And I just wanted to document this frustration, like, yeah, in these 2 hours I could have like published new T2 ISOs or wrote a microkernel, not a rule, but like continue writing the bootloader code or something. But yeah, and I don't quite get why this happens. So you see a full legal form. I'm pretty sure also yes, the web stuff, right? I don't even, it's not obvious to me where this is coming from. I filled this out as a company. I'm already used, like it's not my first time, it's like the 10th time I fill out this bloody stuff somewhere. I think this is bloody Stripe, because I didn't have Stripe before. When I started to fill out this bloody Stripe shit for this primary email address previously, I remember that there was like individual company, and I've chosen company, like business or company or something, and it had like 3 things, like I forgot what that was. That was something like what type, something of entity, of like individual entities, something. And because I wasn't fully sure, or maybe it was public something, or private entity, or others, I'm not sure. And because I was like, nah, whatever, I remember I've chosen here for Stripe, business type, others, I'm not sure, which, by the way, a little bit funny, right? Because like, nah, whatever they want, there's like, nah, better, not entirely sure, maybe others, I'm not sure. But I've chosen business, so this is why I created a second one that apparently, actually it says here, by the way, verified. I'm not even sure if this bloody verified here is correct, because here it still says verifying my company registration. Yeah, pending. Here it says fun web stuff, right? Here it says pending, pending registration. And here it says verified. So, and then good luck. The last point of this video, good luck trying to contact this too big to fail companies. It's like, yeah, good. I mean, how should I even reach someone at GitHub to fix this bloody freaking form? I mean, I could give 2 effing cents of an F and just fill out this individual text form. The only problem is, this is knowingly, you're already with one leg in jail then, because you usually buy the something authorized, because agree, submitted, something, usually you agree. Yeah, like, I mean, first of all, this would be lying, right? This would be, yeah, genau, here, that is what I meant. Under penalties of perjury, I declare that I have examined the information on this form, and that to the best of my knowledge and belief it is true, correct, and complete. It's like, no, this is not the right form, and I freaking know that, right? So, I mean, yeah, I mean, some people would like, nah, whatever, didn't even earn $1. It's like, yeah, whatever, just fill this bloody shit. But yeah, it's not the freaking correct form, and then good luck finding someone at GitHub who would even care about this bloody freaking effing text form. But yeah, that is big business trying to do business, and totally cater to the needs of individuals and small businesses. And it gets even crazier. I only even considered, normally I would not even have gone further with that. I mean, given to this questionnaire, I obviously urgently need an OnlyFans, obviously. Not even sure what they pay out with, but I was thinking maybe I should write some more technically proper articles on Medium, and I registered on Medium. I thought maybe I can also earn $1 or $2 on Medium, and Medium also uses Stripe to pay out. And I said, okay, fine, then I registered to this bloody Stripe. But it gets even crazier, right? So today I registered for this Stripe shit here for GitHub, and I probably made another naive beginner mistake, and I've directly clicked here on this, like, create new account here on Stripe, because that is not a freaking real Stripe account. I can't log in, so this is somehow connected, and when I click here, as you've seen, I get to Stripe. This must be some, like, not really account, but it's probably what they mean with Stripe Direct. I mean, who should even know this freaking effing details, right? Because the problem is, with this stuff here, I can't log in there. I can't reset the password because Stripe says that account is not using a password. I can't click on use two-factor authentication because then it says, the Stripe says this account is not using two-factor authentication. I can't open a new account under this emails now because it says it exists, although it neither has a password nor two-factor authentication. And I can't also use that email address with Medium. So this is complete bonkers. It sucks complete balls. I mean, who designs this crap? I mean, my recurring theme is I really wonder what kind of drugs they hand out there. I mean, it probably must be the best drugs they get there, because who even comes up with this freaking random bullshit? So if I wanted to earn $1 or $2, which again feels really crappy, of just make YouTube videos, they said, to finance your open source, like just make GitHub and OnlyFans and Patreon to finance your open source. It's like, at the end of the day, you have 10 accounts with 10 IRS tax forms. This is really crazy. And it's honestly with, hey, have you already shared, liked, and subscribed? It just feels like, feels really uncomfortable of you don't have income and need to beg for money. But it's basically the quintessence of what is, or how big tech doesn't get small tech, and how disconnected this big tech stuff is from normal people, and what they always think they automated everything amazingly, but yeah, they automated it so that I get a tax form for a business that's selected as a business, for an individual, for also, yeah, tax forms, amazing stuff. As you see, I feel already I think this I've not really used. That's probably what I started GitHub with. This is also how you accumulate a random bunch of bullshit accounts. So if I'm not even sure if it's, I mean, this is also complete discomfort for us, because each of this, it's not even that profitable to $100 here. So like, for some it might sound like much, but $100 doesn't even get me much with either getting a workstation or paying electricity or even the internet. But then if you earn $100 here and $100 there, at least I want that it comes with one account. It looks like if I wanted to use Medium or OnlyFans, I need to have now multiple. I need to check. So probably I need to have the fourth account here. I probably need to check if I can first register on Stripe and then use it here. Maybe then it is a more full account, but this. Anyway, and all of this just to finance some open source. And yeah, I posted on the Discord the other day, someone had, maybe I should have opened that, but someone had fun. Maybe I should actually, although I probably don't even find it fast though. Someone posted on Twitter having fun with, like, oh yeah, thank you very much. Where would have that been? Would I've posted that? Maybe I would have posted that here. With Google accounts. So they were locked out of their Google account and they basically got zero support from Google. Also, if you want to join this Patreon, I probably made a mistake. I probably should have made Discord, here it is probably. I probably should have made Discord member and Patreon only and stuff, but yeah. So yeah, someone got locked out, automated email from Google Workspace, so locked out of the personal account, and then Google Workspace support, hey, how can I help? It's like, yeah, got locked out, there's suspicious activity. It's like, then Google support, that's a personal Gmail account and not Workspace. We don't have the tool and to troubleshoot personal email, unfortunately. Your best option would be to post your query on Google Help forum, and Google will help you with that. It's like, yeah, I need help with it. Really, a forum is going to take ages. And Google Workspace supports, like, yeah, there isn't any live support for personal Gmail. Also, yeah, just that you know, right? There is no support for Gmail or stuff. It's a free service. And then, like, this is gold. Like, the Google Workspace support, Daniel, got locked out himself a few months ago, and he is still freaking locked out to this day. You can't make this up. And like Google Workspace support, Daniel, if they could help, they would. And then it gets crazier. It's like then Mike from Twitter, so there's just nothing they can do. It's like nothing at all. We don't have access to the details and security with those accounts, only workspace accounts allowed to help with, and unfortunately, sorry, bad news, experience, forgot password options, going to be very difficult. Again, he had this issue. It's like, then Mike is like kind of crazy. And Google Workspace support, Daniel, agree with you. We get many people, it's like, yeah, they get many people with the same issues. Those accounts have very strong security measures. And if something is outdated on the accounts, it's nigh impossible to get access again. If there was something I could do, he would do it for them. And then Mike managed to fix. It's like in 2021, random Twitter user, like Google supports, like, yeah, sorry, can't support you. Happened to me personally, but yeah, whatever. It's like Mike managed to fix it. You want to know how? It's like Google Workspace support. Wow, really? Yes, please. Go to log in to the screen where it shows that you have to enter your email address, then hit F12. Wow, that worked. Hit the arrow next to application and choose application. Yeah, you went to the metadata. And it's like, whoa, I'm gonna try it when I'm done. I lost 2 accounts. Actually, it's like Google can't help. Google Workspace support, Daniel can't help, and lost freaking 2 accounts themselves. It's like, yeah, that's crazy. Fully agree with you. Super happy you managed to find a workaround, freaking yourself. Yeah. But he's not sure he can advise people that come through chat. It might be some kind of data issue, but he's going to try it himself. Saying, like, yeah, 2021, Google support thanks users for, hey, I found a solution myself, and Google support's like, hey, thank you, amazing stuff. It's like, yeah. Anyway, in last crazy words, I mentioned that before, and not that we would sell much at Apple's App Store anymore, previous videos, but even Apple, right, paid premium service, similar text data there. I said I also, wait, I think I clicked wrong. Oh no, this is actually partially correct, but oh no, this was not what I wanted. I wanted actually this is text form. At Apple's App Store, I mentioned this before, when we moved many years ago, and of course at Apple we also have to fill out the same bullshit. We wanted to change the company address, and in the App Store at that time, maybe still, there is nothing. So in the App Store, you can of course register with your business. You need to fill out the same shit at Apple, of course, business registration number and stuff and so on, to make business with them. And there's nothing to ever change that again, right? And then sometimes companies move, right? Even Apple freaking moved from there to their spaceship. And so I Googled, Apple helped forum and discussion and stuff. And after Googling and stuff, and it's like, I called Apple. It's like, yeah, developer speaking here. It's like, we moved our company. I already Googled like 40 minutes. I can't freaking find how to freaking update this info. And I think they were like, this was like a decade ago or 8 years ago. It's like, yeah, here on the phone we can do that, right? I was like, hey, amazing. I mean, pity I Googled 40 minutes, but amazing that we can do it. And so they typed it in there. It's like, yeah, open request for company change, yada, yada, yada. But you guessed it, right? Stuff went wrong. Only some months later, sometimes, of course, customer support, and sometimes I didn't even realize that myself, because after a while in the App Store listing, it looked updated for us. There was like the address changed, but then a customer emailed the invoice, and on the invoice was written. I mean, first of all, it wasn't written exact code. I always registered at Apple with EXA code, but then I realized the customer mailed us the invoice from Apple because he wanted support. It's like, hey, attach this invoice. And by pure luck, I was looking on the invoice and like it wasn't written hexacode there. It was like exact scan and seller or developer, my name, like René Rebus. Like, why the freaking heck is Apple printing there my name? As this is not even legally correct, right? As this is registered as a company, always was registered. And then I even noticed that the address was still wrong, right? They had their, not the company, but seller, like me personally, at the old office address. And I called Apple again. This was like a year later. And it's like, I called a year ago, but I just realized you print like total garbage on your customers' addresses. Why do you not print our legal business name? Why do you print my name? And why do you still print an old address that I changed with you a year ago? And the irony is, I could actually check that. I actually basically gave up on that. The only problem is always leaking all the stuff, but what have we possibly to lose? Also, all right, it probably wants double authentication. Not sure if I recently logged in from. But the irony is that do whatever database changes or whatever is going on at Apple, they now list it wrong again. So I called them twice, and I think at one point it was somewhat okay some years ago. And yeah. Now why is darn, why is this not? What have I done here? Is this currently UK keyboard now? Oh, maybe no. Nah. Logging into your Apple account live on it. Yeah, okay, whatever. Login doesn't work right now, whatever, maybe it doesn't. After calling 2 times, and it at one time was mostly correct, now they have reverted again to the completely old address from a decade ago. And I know this already for a year, but we don't really sell anymore in the App Store. And so basically I gave up on this, but this is so hilarious. So yeah, so let's see, this is basically that, the frustration and big tech and in general, not only with the US tech stuff, also yeah, previous video or other YouTube creators on YouTube, like live here, we might also have to pay more US taxes, which is really disgusting. I'm not even sure if I filled out this form, so maybe 20-30% more loss, which is really a lot for everyone, small or big creators. And in general, also on top of that, we need to pay additional taxes here, right? Corporate taxes and profit taxes and stuff. At the end of the day, you have less than 50% or so, depending on, I mean, even, yeah. But with all this stuff, unfortunately, I always hope bureaucracy becomes less, and sometimes politicians say this and so on, but they never do it, right? Whether US or Germany, it only becomes more forms, more laws, even more laws and rules and stuff. Stuff like, yeah, UK leaving the EU with their Brexit because everything easier, but they already got the reality check of how easy stuff is and what's like, yeah, agreeing everything on themselves, but of course they have still international trade obligations and rules and stuff and laws to follow. Andreen says even homeless would earn more per month than that. Yeah, it's like, yeah, said, but probably at times true. Probably I would literally earn more. In Germany we have a fund. obviously, also maybe the international people don't know that it's maybe not so many. So this is on bottles. What is it in? It's like, yeah, you pay some deposit, some cents, like 15 cents, or I think the highest 15 cents, or I say even 20 cents or 25. I know, maybe big plastic bottles have 25 cents. Anyway, you pay some deposit so that you bring the bottles back for recycling. Probably some other countries have that, but not that many. But the point is, because not all people care, and tourists and so on, they throw the bottles just everywhere, tourists or other people having fun. So there are people collecting these bottles, and it's like, yeah, literally collecting some bottles a day would already earn more than YouTube. That is unfortunately rather sad. The free real estate, how haven't you gone crazy yet? Yeah, that is why I turned to YouTube as therapy. Kartoffel writes, do not use this form if you are not an individual, use instead written there in capital letters. Yeah, but I can't choose it, right? So, I mean, I know that, but they link nothing else. That is the only thing. So I can't even try to earn the first dollar here on GitHub before filling. You see, this is... your profile isn't live yet. You need even freaking more information, but I can't. They don't offer me the option there, as far as I can see. You directly come to DocuSign. It's like, yes, freaking continue, and they don't print, decline to sign, about history. I mean, I don't even know what happens if I click on decline to sign, but it's not like, as far as I see, there is nothing where I could choose this form here. It's not like they give me, they don't give me the option to manually select that. This comes automatically from GitHub, and it's like, yeah, I wish I could find. I mean, Apple and Google allow me to choose another form. Apple, Google, and Amazon get this right, but it's also strange that somehow maybe they, I don't know what is wrong though, and what did I want to say? They, I don't know if that is coming from. I mean, I also don't remember what's the freaking heck I filled in there when I opened this fun account some 6 years ago or whatever. So yeah, if this needs to be some corporate profile, or it's like, yeah, I will probably waste even more time going crazy with the support. Uncle Mike's retro gaming crap like this almost makes them hope never get monetized to get donations. Unbiased had to call them. What you had exactly the same thing with GitHub. You called GitHub. I mean, the fun thing is always when I call people, I get nothing done, right? It's always like, yeah, we can't help you. It's like, we don't understand what you want. We don't see this. We don't have the support. It's like, yeah, calling Google. It's like, sorry, it's like, yeah, we can only support you with git clone and pull and push. NG thinks GitHub would rather use organization feature and have the sponsor thing on your organization account rather the personal account, unless it results the same form. I have no idea. I also don't have an organization account. I mean, this is a personal account to get some. I also don't want to. I mean, does an organization account cost money? I'm certainly not spending money to. This is all insane. Static rights, can anyone give a good example? Clean code by any chance? Fairly new to programming. Unbiased set called Stripe worked. In which country are you? The problem is I even went to the Stripe. I mean, beside, it's like, yeah, calling Stripe. The thing is already that I don't have a real account. I have only this, as I mentioned in the beginning, this is only some direct account thing. The crazy thing for me is, for Americans, it's always easy. I clicked here on, they don't even have here like German contact thing, at least when I checked earlier. It's like this, like join us on the first company I've ever seen to tech support on IRC. But yeah, imprint is, at least when I opened this earlier, this was like, it's like, yeah, not like contact us how. Not sure if where you find a telephone number, but this is also not the super most amazing thing. I don't know how big they are. So I think they have probably some 1,000 employees or so, or hundreds. At least they have 450 million. Yeah, 2,500 employees, but they can't have a German or European legal contact thing. Where is even here? Yeah, please contact that there. It's like, nah. And legal stuff is in San Francisco. It's like, yeah, super amazing. And yeah, support that. It's like, yeah, if you have I googled around here. The problem is, of course, contacting them with the connect account thing. But for me, it's also not clear. I mean, you say, did you had the same thing with GitHub or something similar? Because for me, it's not even clear where it's coming from, right? Is it a GitHub thing? Is it a Stripe thing? I have no idea. This is just... Anyway, so yeah, now I'm having fun. Norway, so yeah, that certainly, thanks for that tip, that it's certainly closer to Germany than the USA. But this is, yeah, just, and in general, I make these videos documenting the state of big tech and society because, in my opinion, that is really the last word for this video. Otherwise, it always gets too long, which it is already with us. Yeah, 40 minutes because details and details. The state of society, and for 20 years, we struggled to make a living with open source. And then 20 years later, there is some sponsored stuff, so where the hurdle of registering is like that. And also, like everything says automation and what is the other, like productivity. It's like, how is this productivity, right? All the web stuff for me is mostly a waste of time, right? Everything is slow, cumbersome. Everything is hidden behind web shit and like support. It's like, contact us here at support. Get support here. It's like, yeah, thank you very much. Amazing support. And everything is proclaimed to be so efficient and automated and streamlined and productive. And in reality, it's... yeah, that is a productivity, right? Spending hours of your time fighting with web stuff, being even like not like forced, like being like kind of forced, like, but even, I mean, in a way, it's also really a little bit unfair that this big tech companies like GitHub not force, but mean they're not. They are basically what is the right term for that? Like just probably vaccination side effects, losing his English skills. They're somehow not doing their due diligence here to making sure the right form is filled out, right? It's like cursing, like, yeah, or something like that, like basically in every Joe terms pushing us to filling out the wrong form where you need to be a legal expert and familiar with English to some degree to realize that this, sure, it is written there, but who reads so much fine print to accidentally fill this out in a wrong way? But yeah, anyway. So unbiased says it is Stripe and other liable for whitewashing, so they make it pain in the ass for small people. Doesn't make the money, but rather presents the risk of holding donations. Is about being profitable, but they can do it while they jump through the hoops. Anyway, it's like, yeah, in general, I probably also make, even with business and PayPal, where actually we are relatively good customer. We have been, I'm not sure if I one day say how much money we made with the App Store. Not that I could get any, no future donations anymore. We have been a medium-sized customer of Apple in the App Store that we left previous video. And we have also been somewhat medium customer to PayPal. And with PayPal, it's similar, right? And I will probably make a dedicated video to all of that. But the amount of time wasted for all this bureaucratic overhead, what I would actually, one clothing note, how I would find it much fairer. I mean, I understand that, unlike Trump, I understand that countries need a fair, like, or Amazon and Apple all withholding their taxes in Europe, and just the other, Amazon, like, zero profits in Europe, maybe even loss, because obviously business is not doing well for Amazon. Of course it is. I think they even written off in, yeah, Amazon had sales income of 44 billion in Europe, just in Europe alone 2020, but paid no corporate taxes. Like, yeah, previous video, paying more taxes than Donald Trump and Amazon combined. As a silly. I understand why such complicated tax form stuff exists, but it needs simpler. And I mean, it's so complex. The small people and even medium businesses pay that, and yet the big businesses pay next to nothing. It's like, yeah, zero corporate tax, because of course they made loss, right? Luxembourg unit made 1.2 billion losses, obviously, right? One way to solve this a little bit could potentially be taking cue from Russia, of all companies. For probably most people who don't know, in Russia, for private individuals, there exists, I think, a 6% flat tax, which is actually quite fair. Corporate taxes in Russia are somewhat similar to Europe, I believe. But for private individuals, there is a 6% flat thing that is paid on all income. Of course, this has some problems. For example, if you have this private individual taxing in Russia, you can't write off your business expenses, but because you basically pay 6% on all the income and don't write something off. But such simpler schemes, maybe they would overall be much simpler and more fair. I'm not saying it's perfect. I would even go as far as to better, of course I'm not neither a tax nor a legal expert, nor yet a politician, but probably shall like and subscribe for getting us to parliament, but to significantly simplify all this bureaucratic nonsense, maybe it would make sense to remove or decrease a lot of this corporate taxes, which corporate profit tax in Germany is also 25%. So what do we pay in Germany? We pay 19% VAT, which like so often goes away as local sales tax as so often in the world. I don't even, if I pay my salary, I pay their salary and pension and unemployment stuff and so on. If I take profit out, it's 25% profit plus. It's not all, right? You would think, hey, 25%, it's not even that bad. But for a limited, like my small little company here, there is additional, there's 25% on all profits taken out plus taxes for businesses in any case, on like additional whatever that is, maybe 13 or I don't know, and so on. Probably, yeah, I forgot other stuff. So in total, like VAT 19 plus 25 there, 39, 40, yeah, so probably easily 50% always, plus of course, what do we even pay? All right, the other is, the other tax is actually Körperschaftssteuer. That is additional tax. So if we would not be limited, I would actually pay whatever that is, I don't know, 13% or whatnot. If you are accounting expert, leave in the comments below. But I basically have chosen to pay 30%, actually I can Google that. I've very early, like initially chosen to pay this bloody limited tax thing of, I think it's Körperschaftssteuer. 15%, huh? My 30% guess was not so far off. Juristic persons like capital things. Why do I do this? Because I don't want to be personally liable with all this patent nonsense, right? So only because, personal liable in any case, and particularly bloody software patents, right? Because I can't even file so many software patents to go out of jail free. And besides, like, major lawsuits whatsoever. So patents one thing and being personal liable another. I find it also a little bit unfair that just to have the business entity legally separated, you need to pay 15% more taxes. Like, what the heck? So like, probably leave in the comments below, this is a new amazing country. But paying 15% tax just not to be personally in jail if people sue us for bloody freaking software patents or other random garbage of our software has eaten their hamster and whatnot. So that is taking profit out. That is if you think getting rich with your company, easily 25% that tax, 15 there, plus 19 VAT. Google concludes as 59. Yeah, is that not crazy, right? Working all day long plus other costs of running business and some other percent here and there. Just a little business 101 at the end of the week. I hope you learned something and leave in the comments below. I need to spend more time. I now go to OnlyFans. I don't know if people want to troll me or if they are serious. It's like, apparently need to try my luck with OnlyFans now because GitHub is showing me the finger of, good luck getting GitHub sponsorship with. Anyway, that's it for this crazy video. As always, there is already Patreon and membership, and don't forget to share, like, and subscribe for this business 101 and state of web and open source funding at